Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Down South Salvation Podcast. So, for this week's episode, we have Miles and Keith with the band Grand Motel, and they're going to talk to us about their spiritual journey, how they ended up starting the band, and ultimately what kind of plans they have for the band in the future. But before we get into that, I'd like to open us with a prayer for church musicians and artists. O God, whom saints and angels delight to worship in heaven, be ever present with your servants who seek through art and music to perfect the praises offered by your people on earth, and grant to them even now glimpses of your beauty and make them worthy at length to hold it unveiled forevermore through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
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 All right. So I guess the best place to start is the beginning. Kind of how did y'all end up in church? Like, did y'all grow up in church, or were y'all converts at a later age? And kind of how did that transition y'all into like doing what you're doing now with the band?
Yeah. So, do you want to go first?
Yeah. So I've grown up in the church. My parents have my whole family really has been very involved in my local church. And so I grew up kind of in the church environment, and I got saved at a very young age, to where I don't have a specific date or a specific moment where I can remember, like a salvation moment. But I was saved at a young age, and just been growing in my relationship with Christ, and my sanctification. And so, and then, just always been in the church.
Cool. I also grew up going to church. Both of my parents are strong believers. I don't know, my story, I was kind of like, I was very two-faced early on in my life. I mean, I'm 19 right now. You're 18,
I'm
right?
18.
So, but like early on, I'd say, I think it was about till my junior year, I was really a good church kid on Sunday mornings, and then the rest of the week, I was not surrendered to Christ. He was not the Lord of my life. I wanted to do my own thing. And it wasn't until my junior year that I just had this crazy wake up moment where like I realized I wasn't following Christ, and it was all the Lord. It was amazing. He just woke me up. Like, the moment that I can think of, like, I don't know, it was like this breath of life just came into me, and this veil was torn from my face. And I saw the world through like this new lens of like Christ's love for his creation, and it caused me to look at his creation in a different way. Um, and it also just made me desire the word and desire to be in the Lord's presence in prayer. And I, I don't know, it was just, it's crazy spiritual transformation that I don't really know how to describe entirely, but so grew up in the church. I don't know when the exact moment that I was saved was, but um following Christ.
I got you. So now, how did y'all get started playing music? Like, first off, independently, but then obviously, how did y'all end up starting the band too?
Well, I've always been pretty musical. Both my parents played music. My mom plays piano and my dad plays guitar. And so I grew up in a pretty musical home. And so it just really kind of, the music kind of just infused into me. I've always had a love for music. And I started playing drums when I was 13 is when I got my first electric drum set. And so I started playing drums at 13. And then I'd never played music like with a band really until I met Miles and we started our first band. um,
Called Soap.
called Soap. We had a buddy. He played bass for us, and it was just us three, and um, we jammed and made some music, and it was really fun. But yeah, and then that kind of evolved into what we are today. Grand Motel. We don't have a bassist anymore. It's just us two. But yeah, that's kind of my music story.
Yeah, our band originally started because of youth group. We were at the same youth group, and the bass player, our buddy Cohen, he was actually kind of the person that brought us together. Um, and we started because we wanted to play some Christmas songs, some punk Christmas Goes Punk songs for our youth group Christmas party. And yeah, but my music journey has been kind of like, so I grew up in Hawaii, and my parents from a very young age wanted me to play the ukulele, and so I started playing ukulele I think in first grade, and I just loved it. Like I remember, I don't know, the day that I got it, I played what I knew. I didn't know that much, and then I started taking lessons, and then I like just couldn't put it down. I just play it in the car, in my room, like whenever I could. And I had sworn that I would never play guitar, because I didn't want to sell out, you know. um, but um, I don't know. There was one point where my great aunt she gave me the guitar, but my sister started playing it after a couple months of me not even touching it. And then I was like, oh, if she can play it, well, I can play it too. And it was just like this sibling competitive thing, and I started playing it, and I loved that even more because it's two extra strings, more things you can do. And so yeah, I started playing guitar. Um, and I mean, I've been writing songs like since I played ukulele, and I think my first song I wrote was in third grade. So that's kind of, I've always loved kind of the art side of things. Both of my parents have pushed me to be creative. My dad's a very artistic guy. He's like, loves writing and used to draw a lot. He doesn't anymore. He was in a rap group in college, so big lyrical guy too. So all those things kind of shaped me into becoming the musician that I am today.
Wow, that's interesting. It's an interesting point of view to see playing a guitar as quote sailing out. So, like, no, man, we got to really fight the system. Give me the ukulele
Yeah,
right now.
that's right.
Watch this. I'm gonna shred some Metallica on this bad boy.
That's right. I was more
Oh,
ACDC, but yeah.
nah, I get it though. My dad grew up in like the 70s and the 80s, so all of his music collection is basically just old 70s and 80s
Mm,
rock and roll.
yeah.
It was nice growing up with that.
That's
Although
cool.
I definitely am more of an emo, like Midwest emo kind of guy,
Oh yeah.
which is
Nice.
kind of funny because I grew up in like the mall emo
Oh, right.
era. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of where I developed my music taste. But then I found Midwest emo. I was like, this is so much better.
Mhm.
I love lyrics that sound happy but are really really sad. Like
I know.
Yes.
this goes so hard.
Right. Yeah, I definitely
Ah.
agree with you. That's kinda, I mean, that's how we both kinda got into it too, was like that like mall emo scene, like
Mhm.
in
So
post-hardcore
so
stuff, yeah.
do y'all ever listen to like Mike Him or
Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan of, Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge. That's probably my favorite record by them. You listen to My Chemical Romance ever?
Not a lot, gotta be honest.
But them and
okay?
Taking
So
Back
this is gonna
Sunday.
this. Yeah, oh yes, I love Taking Back Sunday. I used to be really big on My Chemical Romance, but that was only because of an ex-girlfriend, really,
Oh.
truly, and yeah. So I mean, what can you do? Although, and I'm not trying to sound pretentious when I say this, but their first album, their very first album, masterpiece.
I haven't listened to it, I
Like
don't
they're
think.
oh, dude, I'll I'll drop you a link to like a YouTube playlist with it on there later. Like
Okay.
it's a little bit different than their their more popular stuff
Yeah.
because it's literally their first album, and so it's got more like it. It's almost got like a hardcore punkish type vibe to it.
Okay.
It's different. It's different.
Sweet.
I
I'll check it out.
it is an acquired taste. Either you love it or you hate it. I mean, it is what it is. But I'll send you a link later.
Sounds good.
So let's talk about y'all's band for a second. So first off, y'all have a tour coming up that technically
right.
starts today.
You're right.
So why don't you tell us a bit about the tour? Get some free promo in on this.
Yeah. We're doing about a 2-week tour. We're going down through we're playing Kansas City, then suburb of Dallas Fort Worth. We're playing in Houston, Fayetteville, Arkansas, then Fort Thomas, Kentucky, which is just across the river from Cincinnati. And then we're playing at Audio Feed Fest on July 4th. Then Davenport, Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa, and then back in Clay Center, Nebraska, which is kind of where we started playing music. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We just booked this thing DIY. Haven't used any like promoters, and it's been really stressful, but we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice. So I'm assuming, just looking at some of the Instagram posts, I'm assuming y'all are going to be doing a lot of churches. I take that kind of as a given because y'all are technically a Christian band.
Right. We're playing
but it also looks like y'all got some secular venues in there too.
That's right.
And also the audio. So what is the Audio Feed Festival? I've never heard of that one before.
Oh man, you tell them.
It's a music festival with any kind of music you can think of, anything from folk to hardcore to metal.
Ska.
Yeah, all of it. Ska, anything. You can find anything there. But it's majority Christian artists.
Yeah.
They also have like physical art. Like they have just a lot of different kinds of art there. It's a really, really cool place. It's was it 4 days?
Yeah, it's the 2nd through the 5th.
Yeah.
2nd, 3rd, 4th. Yeah.
Of July.
Days. And have you heard of Cornerstone Festival? Like back in the early 2000s? It was kind of big.
Okay, now that one, yeah, no. So I should clarify. I was not like, I grew up in church, but I was not like necessarily a church kid.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like my Christian music knowledge starts 2014 and up.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Basically. So yeah. Because before that, it was all secular festivals. So, like for example, if you ask me a question about Warped Tour,
right.
I could answer that right off the bat.
I think
Warped Tour, but
Cornerstone was a lot of like Tooth and Nail bands. I know, like Tooth and Nail records. So like,
yeah, okay. So I know Tooth and Nail, but
yeah, a lot of like punk and
I found
emo
them later. But
from them. Oh, really? Okay, but yeah, so it was a lot of that kind of vibe. I think. I don't know. I wasn't alive when it happened. So, but basically, I discovered Audio Feed because
I mean, if it's early 2000s, I could definitely see it being a lot of Tooth and Nail, probably a lot of Solid State.
Yeah,
that would track.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. I can't believe I've never heard of this festival before, but
yeah, some crazy lineups.
I might have to plan for next year's.
Oh yeah.
Try and get up there then.
You definitely should.
Because it definitely won't be this year.
And it's in the town. It's in the town that the American Football House is in.
Say you should have led with that. You should have started with that. What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Take a picture in front of the American Football House. That's like my dream, dog.
Yeah, we've got a buddy that's they rent it out as like a Verbo or something. So he's staying there over the fest. Yep. He did that last year.
You're lying. You're lying.
We've been inside.
We got to tour it.
Yeah.
Bruh. I'm
It's
jealous,
crazy.
actually.
It's sick.
Like
It was amazing.
that really is sick. Like, holy cow.
I know.
Well, you just had a better life experience than I have. I get. No, I'm playing. I had a great life experience, but I do still want to see the American Football House. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
You have
So
to
that
go
would
to
mean it
that.
would be in what, Illinois?
Yep.
Mhm.
Champagne Urbana.
Okay.
Shampoo banana.
Wow. Wow. So in addition to the tour, y'all didn't y'all just drop an album too?
Yeah, a month ago. We put that
Yeah. So
out.
tell us a bit about the album. Because I talked with wow, this is bad. I literally just had him on the podcast from the Sower Project, and I already have
Oh,
forgotten his
yeah,
name.
Eric.
Eric.
But yes, thank you.
Yep.
Because I had Eric on, and he was telling me, didn't he help y'all a bit with like some of the mixing on the
Mhm.
album?
Mhm.
Yeah, he did a lot. He mixed and mastered everything, and because I don't know a ton about like recording, like layering vocals and guitars and stuff,
Right.
he even like in a lot of our songs, if you listen closely, there's like vocal layers in the background because he's so good at layering stuff. I think his new album comes out in like a few weeks, a couple weeks.
Soon.
Is it July 10th? I think maybe.
Okay.
I
But
think so.
I've listened to the full thing because it's on his Bandcamp, and like, dude, his layers are insane. And so he did that to a lot of our songs. So he did that as well as mixing and mastering. Um, and he's just also just provided a lot of wisdom for us in like what it means to display Christ in secular venues and at shows where, I mean, the people are not focusing on Christ. Um, and so he's shared a lot of wisdom, and we're really thankful for him. But yeah, the album is it we didn't write it to be a concept album, but it kind of turned out as a concept album. And it's kind of like the idea of like a seed dies before it grows, kind of that concept. um in life, death, resurrection essentially is the, I don't know, the idea of the record.
I got you. I got you. So, like, what? I mean, obviously, like, cop out answer. Obviously, the Bible inspired you to write the album. I'm sure in
Right.
some respect. But like, what? I guess what was the precipitating factor for y'all to actually write the album? Like, what was the push y'all needed to actually just start writing it? Because obviously, someone doesn't just wake up one day and go, "I'm gonna write an album."
Well,
You know.
I feel like that's kind of how it went. It's always been a dream of mine to have to release an album. I don't know. For me, there's something about I don't really listen to playlists that often. I just play through albums. And so for me, I've always just been like, it'd be sweet to release like 10 songs in an album. And so I think that's the main thing. The goal wasn't like when I'm writing songs, I'm not like, oh, this is gonna like this, where will this fit in the album? I'm just thinking, oh, this is gonna be a cool song. But it's fun to kind of piece everything together. And I'm happy with how it turned out.
I got you. So, out of all the songs on the album, what would, and y'all can either answer collectively or y'all can answer individually, what would be y'all's favorite song off the album? Favorite song to play, favorite song to
Um,
listen to.
Mm.
yeah, I know we have different answers on this, but my favorite song to play and my favorite song on the album in general is Wept, for a couple different reasons. One is I think it's really cool that it's from the perspective of Lazarus and Mary, and when uh, Lazarus was resurrected by Christ, um, and the fact that we got our friend Laura Lynn to sing from the perspective of Mary. I thought that was just really cool. And the other reason I really like it is that the music that what I look for in music is dynamics, and I think that "Wept" is one of our most dynamic songs. It starts really low, really melodic, really twinkly, if you will, more like American football vibes, and then kind of grows, and then suddenly cuts out, and then like really comes in big, and I like the dynamics of it. And so yeah, "Wept" is my favorite song.
And I think my favorite song to listen to and my favorite song to play are two different songs. I'd say my favorite song to listen to is "The Mortification of Sin," because of the lyrics, how like I don't know centered they are on the concept of killing sin, the mortification of sin. Um, I love how I don't know the production sounds on it and the vocals. I'm a big fan of how it all just turned out. It reminds me a lot of like kind of Maxiel vibes is definitely what I was going for when I was writing the like guitar and vocal parts. Um yeah, that's my favorite song to listen to. My favorite song to play is probably "I Don't Deserve to Be Called Your Son." Um I love the chord shapes and how they flow, and it's just a lot of I don't know. It's a lot of fun, I'd say.
I got you. I'll tell you what my favorite song off of it is. This is the first song that I heard by y'all, so that's probably why it's my favorite. But I can count all my bones.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So because I heard it, I can't remember where. I think I was scrolling Instagram, and I heard like a 15-second clip of this song, and I think it was from Kingdom Core,
Yeah,
and
that was crazy.
I was like, that's Midwest emo, and it actually has biblical themes in it. Wait, who are these guys? And I think I listened to the song, and then I think I immediately messaged y'all on Instagram.
That's that's funny.
Wow.
That's cool.
It's like,
Yeah.
nope, nope, I gotta have them on. This is dope.
Yeah, thank you so much
So
for checking
yeah,
us.
of course, man. Of course, it's always nice to find new Midwest emo artists. First off, because that is yeah, that's a hard thing to do to
Definitely.
find new folks playing Midwest emo for sure.
Yeah.
So speaking of Midwest emo, I feel like maybe we should have done this earlier because some of my listeners are probably not familiar with what Midwest emo even is. So I'm just going to insert that one paragraph that you always see around the internet explaining what Midwest emo. No, I'm kidding. Um, how would y'all describe Midwest emo? Because obviously the answer can change a little bit from person to person. But I feel like we should maybe give a description for the sake of everybody listening so they know what we're talking about exactly.
That's a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So I might make some people mad. I think the biggest reason we take the tag of Midwest emo is because we make emotive music and we're from the Midwest. I think that's the easiest way to put it because like when you listen to our first EP, um, they don't really sound. I mean, like we were trying to sound like Movements. If you listen to them, kind of like that vibe was our goal, which they would fall, I think, into like a post emo category. Um, but we said we were Midwestern post emo, so it's like we can kind of fall into both
Mm-hmm.
categories, but we definitely lean more into the Midwest emo sound for this album, which I think I would define it. I usually tell people it's like it comes it's the term Midwest emo comes from a bunch of bands in the same area, like in Illinois, like American Football, Captain Jazz, um, that were all playing music, and so they started like messing with sounds, and they were sick of just um, like grunge and stuff, and so uh, they wanted to try something softer and
Twinklier.
more wimpy, but I think I don't know, and so I
The
don't know how to.
exact thing that the original emo bands from like the 80s always got accused of by all the other punks.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right, yeah.
Like This is so soft, bro. What are you doing? Fight the system.
We're all just wimps
It
here.
is like, bro, we just want to sing about our emotions. Can you just
Right.
chill out?
Let me
Yeah.
talk about my feelings. Right. So, yeah, I think that's, and then now Midwest Emo, a lot of it has to do with twinkly guitars
Yep.
and trashy vocals, I
Yeah.
think. And I think when I think of like lyrics,
yeah. I mean, yeah, I won't
yeah,
disagree.
yeah,
It's a lot of
right,
shoegaze and math rock. It feels like,
right. It all kind of falls into one category. And I think lyrically, a lot of Midwest Emo, um, is unserious, or it's like feels like a junior higher wrote it. Which
yeah,
I love. I
Yeah.
love. It's like a whole new artistic style. But I don't know. I think for us, my at least my my idea for this band, like what I want this band to be is like do you know the probably not actually the OC Supertones? Have you heard of them?
no, I know them.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I don't know them obviously, but yes, listened to them.
Yeah. So the Supertones, I want Grand Motel in Midwest Emo to be like the Supertones in ska, where it's like our sound fits really well with all these bands that are happening right now in this in this scene. But I want our lyrics to be like more serious and Christ centered and not just be goofy,
Right.
like um careless with our words, but to be um actually like courageous and bold with
Right.
what
So
we
kind of
say
like
about.
how, and this is not a Midwest emo band, obviously, but kind of like how 21 Pilots kind of does that in like the alternative rock space.
Right.
Because I mean, they're pretty serious, even if they don't necessarily like, they're not as upfront about everything. Like if you actually listen to their lyrics, they're actually very serious
Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
with their lyrics. Um,
Yeah, sort of
Yeah.
like that. I think yeah, I I would agree with that. I think but yeah, even more explicitly Christian basically.
right. I got you. So now, speaking of, different bands that have inspired you as you've been working through being a band, who would y'all say, and they can be Christian, they can be secular. What would be like y'all's top 5 bands that have influenced y'all's style specifically?
Our style. Um
We already mentioned two movements and Maxiel
yeah,
are two bands that we like.
definitely.
Kind of really try to match at certain points in time.
Arm's Length, I think.
Arm's Length. We've written a few songs trying to match their sound.
I turned a psalm into an Arm's Length song, and I lost it, but I remembered the other day that I have it somewhere. So it'd be cool maybe to find that. I think
Yeah.
it sounds too much like them for us to turn into a real song. But
Another one would be the Jonah Project, I think.
yeah,
The Jonah Project, yeah, they're a Christian band. They do psalms and other songs from biblical perspectives. But yeah, they're another inspiration for us to uh, be an overtly Christian band in this scene like they are.
yeah. I don't think we would exist if we hadn't
Yeah.
found the Jonah Project. So, and they're super cool guys. We got to talk with them and hang out with them at Audio Feed last year.
Mm-hmm.
So we're super thankful for that. Which have you seen? Do you know those guys at all? Because you're from North Carolina, right?
Yeah,
Or are they
they're
South? I don't know.
affiliated, like Eric, like they've worked with Eric before, haven't they? Like he's promoted them before, has he not?
I'm sure he has. Yeah, I've heard some podcasts where he's talked about
Because
them
I
before.
feel like I've seen like some of their stuff on like his page or like his website or whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
So I've heard of them. Like I'm not unfamiliar with the name. I don't know that I've listened to them. And also, North Carolina is a huge state, by the way. It
Oh,
takes like 7 hours to drive from one side to the other. It's gigantic.
fair enough.
So I don't know what part of North Carolina they're from. Probably not from where I'm at. because where
Yeah.
I'm at is pretty typical standard country. We don't get a lot of rock
Okay.
bands or anything coming out of this area.
Yeah.
So
We're from Nebraska, so it's like everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Nebraska's not small either, but it's strange how many connections there
right.
are to people.
Mhm.
So wasn't sure.
Well, y'all just don't have as many people as we do. That's the thing, though.
That's
Like
probably
y'all
true.
just
Very true.
like, yeah. I mean, out that way, I can't imagine there's a huge population density. Quite frankly, I mean, nothing even remotely close to Charlotte, probably until you
Right.
start
No.
getting down to like Texas, Arkansas, Missouri. Those areas probably have a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah, I can't imagine Nebraska. I'm stereotyping because I've never been to Nebraska. So if there's anyone else in the comments from Nebraska that's getting upset, I'm sorry. I don't know. But
Is that 4
It's funny.
bands?
yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
of them. As a matter of
One
fact,
project, arm's length,
let
maximum
me
movements.
I would recommend the Jonah Project.
Yeah. Number
that
5?
is not the band.
Mm.
I was gonna say quarter conscious.
Ah. Yeah, okay. I've heard of these guys. Yep.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that was only 4. Do we get to say one more band?
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
I think the Quarter Conscious is a band. They're from like California. They're not super big, which is odd.
Hmm.
But they have an album called Palette, which came out 2 years ago, I think, 2024.
Yeah.
And it's insane. Like there's no skips. It just all the tones and
Mhm.
everything is perfect. The song structure, the production, like
It's so
it's
good.
incredible.
It's so
And
good.
they're a 2 piece as well. And
Hmm.
they've definitely influenced a lot. Influenced us a lot. I'd say they sound like. Have you listened to Origami Angel?
Okay, now that one I don't know. So
Check them
if that's
out.
one I should know, I'm
Give 'em a
sorry,
listen.
guys. Sorry, comment section.
But yeah, Origami Angel and like Maxiel, I think, if they had like a
Yeah.
baby, it'd be Quarter Conscious.
I'm
So
sorry,
I
guys.
checked.
I'm writing this down.
No, you're good.
There we go. Because if I don't, I will forget. I'm just saying. I will completely forget.
Understandable.
But I got you. Cool. Well, I guess my last question for y'all, obviously y'all dropped an album. Y'all have an EP out that came out a little while ago. Y'all are going on tour. Y'all are doing all the things. What happens after the tour? Like, what's the future of the band gonna look like? Y'all dropping another album? Y'all taking a break? What's the plan?
So for a while, at least what was in my head was like, so we're gonna drop this album. Okay, now we're gonna go on tour and promote it. And now Keith's gonna move away to college in Kansas City or whatever. I'm gonna still be here in Nebraska. I'm doing an internship with the ministry here in Kearney. And Keith, I was like, oh well, Keith's just gonna be gone, off studying politics or whatever, and and I was like, dang, like this is the end of Grand Motel, like. But then Keith all of a sudden was like, "Yeah, I'm applying, I'm interviewing for this internship that I'm doing." And so now Keith is going to be an intern with the ministry I'm with right now. And so we're going to be living 20 feet apart from each other for the next year. And so hopefully going to be writing a lot more.
Mhm.
We had discussed doing a hymns EP or album, which could be sweet.
Amazing.
Attalus and Ascend the Hill both have incredible hymns albums, and I'd love to add another emo kind of hymns album
Yeah.
to that list for people to listen to. So we'll be writing. We'll be probably playing some more shows just locally, Um, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna do anything like spectacular, but we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
see what
see.
the Lord has.
I got you. Cool. So, one last thing before we go. Where can everybody find your music?
So you can find us on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, all of the other ones. SoundCloud. I actually don't know if we're on SoundCloud. So sorry, SoundCloud folks. And then we're on Bandcamp. So SoundCloud people, just go to Bandcamp and listen to our music on Bandcamp. Bandcamp's the best way to support artists. If you want to just like, if you want to like buy our music on Bandcamp, you can. After our tour, we'll be putting whatever we have left, merch wise, shirts and CDs and stuff, on there. So keep an eye out for that stuff. And yeah, you can listen to us wherever. We have a few music videos on YouTube um, that we just made by ourselves, and we had a lot of fun making them. And so we hope if you check them out, you'd have a lot of fun watching them.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, Miles, Keith, I want to thank y'all for taking this time out of y'all's day to come on.
Yeah, man.
Everybody
Thanks for
listening, obviously. So, everybody listening, obviously, if y'all want to hear their music, I'm going to have links in the description, so y'all don't have to go hunting the internet to find this very niche Midwest Emo Christian band. And as always, stay blessed and please support your independent artists because Lord knows they need it. And we can't get better music if we don't support people who are making better music. So,
right.
And like I said, as always, everybody listening, stay blessed. Hey, guys and gals. I just wanted to reach out to everyone and thank y'all for everything y'all do for the podcast, for liking and sharing and subscribing. Obviously, follow us on Instagram and X and Substack to keep posted with all the new things happening at the podcast. Also, just so we're clear, we drop a new episode every 2 weeks or thereabouts. So make sure you stay posted on that. Again, that's for the social media. And as I always say to everyone listening, stay blessed.